English tip by tip.
Tip 125. Disaster.
Murphy's Law versus Sod's Law. US versus UK. Dialogue.
Seriously? Another stain? Did you forget how to use a cup?
Don't start. I was trying to be early for my presentation. And then, bam. Just my luck.
Well, you know what they say. Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
Ugh, I hate that law. Is it any different in other places?
Actually, if we were in UK, you'd probably call it Sod's Law.
Sod's law? Sounds more aggressive.
A bit. In the UK, it's like Murphy's Law, but with extra irony. Like things going wrong. Exactly when you need them to go right.
Well, it definitely feels like that. I have no blazer, no clean shirt, and a 1% battery on my phone.
See, that's the sod part. You're not just unlucky. The universe is actively mocking you.
What happened?
Mary and Anna are talking at the office just before a major event. Anna is having a rough morning. She spilled coffee all over her clean white shirt right before an important presentation. To make matters worse, she realizes she has no blazer, so she has no way to cover the stain. This disaster made them discuss Murphy's Law, the American term, and Sod's Law, the British equivalent. Anyway, whether in the US or the UK, if something can go wrong, it will. Key information. US versus UK.
Murphy's Law.
Sod's law?
Origin.
Named after Captain Edward Murphy, a U.S. Air Force engineer in 1949.
Origin.
Not a person. It comes from the British slang per sod, an unlucky person.
Murphy's Law.
If there's a way to do it wrong, someone will find it.
Sod's law?
Not only will it go wrong, but it will happen at the worst possible time.
Both are perfect for describing a disaster.
Grammar tips. The first conditional. If plus, present simple. And will plus verb.
Expressing real possibilities and certain consequences.
Example. If anything can go wrong, it will go wrong.
We use will because in the world of Murphy's Law, the disaster is a 100% certainty.
Exercise. Answer. What will happen if I run to catch the bus?
It'll leave just as I arrive.
What will happen if you forget to back up your files?
The computer will crash today.
What will happen if it is the weekend?
The weather in London will be terrible.
English tip by tip.
Tip 126.
The indie author. US versus UK. Dialogue.
Anna, I finally did it. I finished my manuscript. The Fifth Amendment is officially a full book ready to go.
That's incredible, Mary. Congratulations. So, are you going to start querying agents for a big publishing house?
I'm not sure. The traditional way takes forever. I want my book in bookstores as soon as possible.
You mean bookshops?
Right? Bookstores here in the US. But honestly, I just want to see it in print.
Well, why don't you look into self-publishing? Or as many call it now, indie publishing. It's the fastest way to get your work out there.
But isn't that expensive? I don't want to have a garage full of unsold books.
Not anymore. You should use print on demand. They only print a copy when a customer orders it. You don't pay anything upfront.
That sounds perfect. I'm going to check out Amazon KDP tonight. My dream of being a published author is actually happening.
What happened?
Mary finally finished her manuscript and was thrilled to discover that self-publishing through Amazon KDP and print on demand would allow her to achieve her dream of becoming a published author quickly and easily. Key information. US versus UK. Indie publishing.
Self-publishing.
Bookstore.
Bookshop.
Exercise. Answer. What is a manuscript?
The original version of a book before it is published.
What does self-publishing, or indie publishing, mean?
The process where an author publishes their work independently.
How does print on demand work?
Books are printed only when a customer places an order.
English tip by tip.
Tip 127.
The best weekend. Dialogue.
Hey Anna. Can you believe next weekend is already here? We really need to finalize our plans for Miami.
I know. I've been looking at options. Since it's the last weekend of March, the city is going to be electric with the Ultra Music Festival happening at Bayfront Park.
That sounds intense. I love the energy, but maybe we could do something a bit more Miami chill during the day? I've heard Super Blue Miami has these incredible immersive art installations. It looks amazing for photos.
Oh, I'd love that. We could do Super Blue on Saturday morning. And for Saturday night, what about a party boat cruise? From Bayside Marketplace? It has a live DJ and great views of the skyline.
I'm in. But since the boat mostly has snacks, let's grab a real dinner at Bubba Gump Shrimp Company. Right there at Bayside before we board. I'd love some of their famous coconut shrimp. And a view of the marina before the party starts.
That's a great call. A fun dinner at Bubba Gump is the perfect way to fuel up. Plus, we can just walk straight from our table to the pier.
Perfect. Then for Sunday, we should definitely hit Little Havana for a food and culture walking tour. We can try authentic Cuban coffee and croquetas.
Agreed. This is going to be the best weekend ever.
English tip by tip.
Tip 128.
Good Friday in Malaga. Dialogue.
John, if it wasn't for you, I'd still be looking for Antonio Banderas near the Giralda in Sevilla. I had no idea he was so loyal to his roots here in Malaga.
You're very welcome. I'm glad we caught the train. The vibe here is so different, isn't it? In Seville, it's all about the costaleros, carrying the weight under the floats. But here in Malaga, the tronos are massive and carried on the outside by hundreds of people.
It's incredible. And look, there's the Virgin de Lágrimas y Favors coming around the corner. Everyone is pointing. John, look. Is that him?
Yes, that's him. He looks so focused, just like any other member of the Brotherhood.
I see him. Seeing a Hollywood star in such a deep local tradition is something I'll never forget.
Now, let's enjoy the music of the marching bands. Malaga's processions are famous for their energy.
For sure. Seeing this tradition here in Malaga with Antonio is the icing on the cake. Thanks for being my travel guide, John.
Please subscribe to the channel, not to miss any tip. Please share it to your friends.